Stock futures rose slightly in early trading on Thursday after better-than-feared earnings and strong consumer confidence data helped boost stocks for a second day. Stock futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Averages gained 77 points or 0.23%, while S&P 500 futures added 0.29%. Nasdaq 100 futures inched 0.33% higher. Micron Technology shares slipped 2% in overnight trading on disappointing quarterly results. Under Armour shares shifted between gains and losses after the athletics apparel maker selected Marriott executive Stephanie Linnartz as its next CEO. The overnight moves followed another positive session for stocks. During regular trading Wednesday, the Dow gained 526.74 points, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq composites surged 1.49% and 1.54%, respectively. All 11 S&P 500 sectors finished the day with gains, led to the upside by energy. Nike and FedEx shares rose on quarterly results, giving some investors hope that earnings are faring decently despite concerns of a downturn. Strong consumer sentiment data for December also gave markets a lift. While better earnings results likely factored into the upbeat market sentiment Wednesday, oversold conditions may have contributed to the rally, according to Liz Ann Saunders, Charles Schwab's chief investment strategist. "I think there were a couple of earnings reports that came out that were marginally better than expected," she said. "But I also think that the market has been in another corrective phase, and, on some technical measures, got a bit oversold. Buyers stepped in. The wiggles on a day-to-day basis are hard to put a direct finger on." Even with Wednesday's gains, stocks are on pace to finish the month with losses. The Dow is down 3.51%, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq have tumbled 4.94% and 6.62%, respectively. All three major averages are slated to break a three-year win streak and post their worst yearly performance since 2008. On Thursday, investors await earnings results from CarMax and jobless claims data. Micron Technology falls on disappointing earnings results. For the period, Micron Technology posted a loss of 4 cents a share on $4.09 billion in revenue. Analysts surveyed by Refinitiv had expected a 1-cent loss per share on revenues of $4.11 billion. The company also shared earnings guidance for the current period that fell short of Wall Street's expectations, saying that it expects a loss of 62 cents a share. Analysts anticipated a loss of 30 cents. Micron also shared plans to suspend 2023 bonuses. Under Armour shares seesawed between gains and losses in extended trading after the athletics apparel company named Stephanie Linnartz as its next CEO. Linnartz, who currently serves as president at Marriott International, will step into the role in February 2023. She joined Marriott in 1997 as a financial analyst. It's been a difficult year for stocks, with just 6 trading sessions left in 2022. As of Wednesday's close, all the major averages are set to break a 3-year win streak and post their worst yearly performance since 2008. That year, the Dow Jones Industrial Average sank 33.84%, while the S&P 500 and Nasdaq Composite shed 38.49% and 40.54%, respectively. The indexes are also poised to snap 2 consecutive months of gains. Here's the breakdown by the numbers. Stock futures open higher. Stock futures opened higher on Wednesday evening. Futures tied to the Dow Jones Industrial Averages gained 54 points or 0.16%, while S&P 500 futures added 0.22%. Nasdaq 100 futures inched 0.2% higher.
Tesla sends Shanghai boss and aides to jumpstart U.S. output. Zhu, who heads Tesla's Asia operations, has been traveling with a team including Shanghai Gigafactory manager, Song Gang, to Tesla's plants in California and Texas, and was there as recently as last week, according to two people with knowledge of the matter. Both asked not to be named because they were not authorized to speak to the media. Tesla did not respond to written requests for comment from Reuters sent to its Shanghai and global media relations accounts. Musk did not respond to a Reuters email seeking comments for the story. Zhu and Song could not be reached for comment. Under Zhu, Tesla Shanghai rebounded strongly from lockdowns this year to bring Tesla close to its growth target for 2022 of 50% production growth. Analysts expect output to fall short at closer to 45%, based on forecasts for the just concluding fourth quarter. Zhu and others made their first trip to the United States for Tesla this year in August, one of the people said, at a time when the company has some key management roles there unfilled. Among the projects the Shanghai team have worked on is Tesla's long-delayed Cybertruck, its next new model, a third person said. Tesla's Austin plant is ramping up production of the Model Y and readying the Cybertruck. The Fremont plant is preparing to launch a new version of the Model 3, which will start production in Shanghai next year, Reuters has reported. Some Tesla investors and analysts have voiced concerns about Musk's distraction following his acquisition of Twitter in October and the depth of the executive bench at the electric car company. Bloomberg reported this month that Zhu was helping to run the Austin plant. However, Zhu's colleagues in Shanghai believe he is in line for a more senior and wider-ranging role at Tesla, the two people said. A close aide to Zhu in Shanghai circulated a farewell poem for the China boss in recent weeks on social media, anticipating his new assignment, according to the message reviewed by Reuters. At the Austin factory, Chinese engineers were seen by people at the plant working in the area reserved for development of the Cybertruck and batteries, a third person with knowledge of operations there said. Tesla has targeted production of the Cybertruck next year. At Fremont, California, Chinese staff have been working on Model Y underbody assemblies, according to another person with knowledge of their work there. When Musk sent a memo in early June warning he had a super bad feeling about the economy, Shanghai was on track to end the quarter down 36% from the quarter before because of COVID lockdowns, data released later showed. With help from Shanghai officials, Zhu restarted operations by asking thousands of workers and suppliers to stay at the factory for more than 6 weeks. Zhu himself opted to stay longer, sleeping at the factory as Musk had in 2018 when Fremont was struggling to ramp production, two people with knowledge of the events told Reuters. Shanghai, a complex that employs some 20,000 workers, came roaring back in the third quarter, with output of the Model Y and Model 3 up over 70% on the quarter. Through September, Shanghai accounted for more than half of Tesla's output. The plant has excelled in applying cost-saving, factory floor innovations for Tesla, including the use of massive casting machines to simplify production. The manufacturing people who led that push are obvious choices to spread the production gospel into the other new plants, said Sam Fiorani, who tracks production trends Auto Forecast Solutions. Tesla board member James Murdoch said last month the company had recently identified a potential successor to Musk without naming the person. Murdoch did not immediately respond to a request for comment. Reuters has no evidence that Zhu is the possible candidate. With Elon Musk's attention currently being pulled in a number of directions, finding someone to help guide Tesla is important, especially someone with the manufacturing know-how that Tom Zhu has, Fiorani said. Some investors are skeptical that Zhu alone could turn things around. In America, doing business is very, very different than running a factory in China, Ross Gerber, a Tesla investor and CEO of Gerber Kawasaki Wealth and Investment Management, said on Twitter Spaces on Tuesday. "So I think Elon needs to be at Tesla.